Hey, good morning. So today I'm going to be talking to you about how it's virtually impossible for you to meet anyone you know, and I'm going to prove this by having an interview with a legit university mathematician. Just a quick warning, in this video I'm going to be using some very technical mathematical terms, or maths terms, and it'll be good if we just take a few minutes to familiarise ourselves with these terms before I continue. So our first term is addition, or addition is how it's pronounced phonetically. Now, addition, this is actually a very clever mnemonic device to help you remember what it is. So here if you've got 2 dishes, plus 3 dishes, or add 3 dishes, 5 dishes, add dish on. Seriously, that tip got me through high school. Now, the mathematical tool I'm going to be using today is known as probability, and it's far too complicated to describe with a pun. So I'm going to give resident mathematician Johnny Durham 19 a call, and he's going to talk us through a few key points of maths and maths history, and also, you know, the way maths can help us in our real lives, and then I'm going to explain my theory to you. Hello, Johnny.
Hi, yes.
Hi, oh wow, this is so amazing to have such an expert in the field on the line.
Thank you.
Now, Johnny, our audience, I'm not sure how familiar they are with the basic concept of mathematics. I drew a few diagrams before and kind of explained the premise to them, but I was just wondering, could you talk us through a few of the basics? How many numbers are there?
There are at least over 1 million numbers.
Wow, that is...
Yeah.
I can't even conceive of that many numbers.
I know, it's quite difficult to sort of like imagine, but there are quite a lot of numbers out there, yeah.
And do we encounter these numbers like on a day-to-day basis? Are they kind of all around us?
Yeah, I mean, you can just go out into the shops and you can guarantee that you'll see at least one number.
One.
So yeah, they're everywhere.
That's very impressive actually, because I mean, I come across them maybe on a semi-day-to-day basis, but not necessarily all the time.
Yeah, like if you're in your house, you probably might not come across a number, but if you step outside, then you probably will find one, yeah.
I genuinely can't see one. They're everywhere, aren't they, if you leave your home?
Yeah, just step out your front door and you will probably see a number sooner or later.
Exactly, you're bound to run into one. Johnny, what I'm going to explain to you today is my theory about how it is almost literally impossible to meet anyone, and you can maybe, as a mathematician, give us here at home a few tips on how accurate my theory is and that kind of thing.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Okay, so basically how my theory goes is, imagine your name is Johnny, okay?
Yeah.
How many names do you think there are in common use in the English language?
Oh, that's difficult. I would say around 300.
300 commonly used names. How likely do you think it would be that you would encounter another person called Johnny?
I guess 1 in 300.
What is your favourite colour?
It's blue.
Blue. Okay, how many colours do you think there are, Johnny? And this is using your number skills.
I would say around 32.
It would take a lot of work for Johnny to meet this person.
Yep.
Now, also, you've got to take into account, you know, Johnny, we live in England. How many people do you think live in England?
There's about 60 million, I think, last time they counted.
Wow,
so
that is
quite a lot of people.
so many numbers. So, now, 60 million, and how many people do you think there are in the entirety of the world?
I would say quite a lot more than 60 million. I'd say about 6 billion people.
Well, exactly. So the chances of you meeting, you know, another person called Johnny, another person with the colour blue, and another person who lived in England, that's like, Hank, let me just do some of this maths, that's astronomical.
Yeah, it's impossible almost.
But just think, these tiny variables is a word that we didn't cover in our little session earlier, but you're just going to have to stick with me, look it up on Wikipedia. The amount of variables that we could apply to this situation are just astronomical, aren't they, Johnny?
They are astronomical, yes. You're
like,
right.
we're both vegetarians. How many people do you think are vegetarians?
I would say about 1/10 of all people are vegetarians.
1/10 of all people. So, like, even then, like, the chances of me meeting another vegetarian, 1 out of 10. Joseph, another 1 out of 300. So, you know, the chances of me meeting another vegetarian, astronomical.
Yeah, it's quite small, yeah. I'm not sure where you're going with this, but I'm going to go with it, yeah, okay.
Well, yeah, exactly. And so basically, you could apply an infinite number of variables to anyone. Our friend Tom, he's a musician. Let's say there are 1 out of every 400 people are musicians, and he also has blonde hair, 1 out of every maybe 5 people. You know, so these chances just keep mounting and mounting and mounting. The chances of us meeting our friend Tom are almost infinitesimally small.
That's true, yeah.
Is it then possible, with an infinite number of variables that you could apply to any people, possible for you to meet anyone?
Ooh, that's a great question. I'm going to say no, it's impossible to meet anyone.
See, that's so true, isn't it? That is just so true. You are maths, you know what I mean? You are like the physical embodiment of mathematics, so you're infallible in this, you know, in your realm.
Yeah, like if you go to UrbanDictionary.com and type maths, you will probably find Johnny Durham's definition of maths.
Probably.
So the fact that I'm saying this to you now is pretty definite.
Yeah, exactly. And you were telling me that statistically it is impossible to meet anyone.
That's right, yeah.
Definitely, and that definitively proves it.
It does, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, there's just no doubt. So that was resident mathematician Johnny Durham 19, and with his help I've single-handedly proved that it is impossible to meet anyone.